The West Texas Rehab Center provides comprehensive orthotic and prosthetic care for all ages. But how does this process work? Here to explain is Mr. Rob Walker. Excuse me. So I'm excited about this. My son was a patient of yours, and so I have a really soft spot for you, Rob, and your department. So let's talk about this. Prosthetics, orthotics. Y'all do a lot at the rehab center that people may not know about.
We do, and orthotics and prosthetics is one of those services. A lot of people, sometimes we kind of go, what are those things, you know? And orthotics is one of those things, any bracing that we're doing, whether that's, you know, from the lower limb, feet, ankles, upper limb, wrists, neck, spine, the whole 9 yards, even in our kids that may have a helmet. So tons of bracing, different things that we do there. And then prosthetics is a lot simpler because if you're missing a limb, it's clear you're going to come see me in prosthetics department for that portion of it. So lots of different things. And a lot of things that we do there are custom made and fabricated for each of those people. But there are plenty of things that we do too when it's just, you know, the assortment of bracing out there. How do I know what's appropriate for me? And that's where our clinical staff and our team comes in on evaluating, looking at those things. How's that impeding your daily things? And what can we do to get you better?
And I love that you make it so customized to the patients. You do have a lot of pediatric patients. You make it fun for them. This is probably scary for them. They have to go and get this prosthetic leg, but show us kind of how you've customized it to them so they can feel joy when they wear it.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it. A lot of our little kids, you know, they're used to having big people in control all the time, telling them, you're going to do this because I said so. And so it is nice. We've got an example here of an AFO, an ankle foot orthosis. Yeah, very cute. Very, very tiny. So this is somebody who's going to wear this for maybe some knee issues, ankle foot issues, but there's little tiny princesses on here. So somebody picked out something very specific. They love princesses in purple and blue. And so when you have this idea for somebody to be able to customize it, our pediatric patients, now it's not mom and dad having to fight, hey, here's one more big person telling you to put that on one more time.
Yeah.
I got to pick this out. I got to design it. I got to have a little control in it. And before you know it, it's one of those things where we're not wrestling with them every day to put it on. Our kids that have limb loss, another good example, you know, those kids, they don't know any different. They just want to keep up with their peers.
They do.
And so that's our big portion of it, but it's also fun too to allow those. This is a patient that I've seen for a long, long time. He's now 13, but you know, we've got Spider-Man and Hulk and Iron Man. Look at that phase of superheroes. Absolutely.
I love it.
And so it's really fun to be able to, work alongside those kids as a clinician when they get a little bit of that design process in there, that they're not just sitting there going, wow, I'm stuck with something that tries to look like a normal leg or anything. No, I get to have something unique.
So how does this process work? If someone were needing this type of service, or like my son, he needed a helmet as a baby, how do we get in contact with you? How do we come to see your staff there to get what they need? Yeah,
so often that process is going to start with our prescribing providers, whether that's our primary care practitioners. We're going to be having those conversations with that medical team who's normally writing out those prescriptions for things. And those folks often, that's when they send them over to the rehab center. You know, we've got the experts there who are going to talk, and our goal is to make sure that we're getting the right treatment for the right people. But that conversation starts with just simple communication with that prescribing doc. Here's the problems I've got. Here's what I need to do. Can I get a referral over to the rehab to talk to them? And that's important because sometimes navigating insurance and their nuances can be interesting. So when it started with that provider documenting, hey, this is what we're doing and why we're doing it, when it comes on to us, that can make that process smoother.
And you do have options for people who need help paying. This is not cheap, but you have options for that too.
No, that's absolutely. That's who we are at the rehab center. Every service we have is to make sure that we take care of people regardless of that financial circumstance. That's not going to impede people from getting taken care of.
All right. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'm sure every patient that you've had definitely appreciates y'all. So if you want to contact the West Texas Rehab Center, you can call them at 793-3480. We will have more details on our website, bigcountryhomepage.com.